For thousands of years, a secret lay buried in the desolate sands of the Judean desert. It's a prophecy whispered about by scholars and mystics, but understood by very few. The Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered between 1947 and 1956 in the caves of Qumran, are much more than just a history of an ancient people. They hold messages so cryptic, so deeply coded, that even the world's most brilliant theologians have spent decades trying to decipher them. Among these ancient texts, there is one prophecy that seems to defy time itself. It's a prediction that stretches across centuries, hinting at events that would topple empires, spark new faiths, and dramatically alter the course of human history. What is this prophecy about? Some argue it foretells the coming of a Messiah. Others believe it's a detailed timeline of hidden events, secret rulers, and an unseen war between good and evil that rages just beyond our perception. The scrolls are not just a random collection of texts. They were meticulously preserved by a mysterious sect known as the Essenes. Many scholars believe these devout men hid the writings because they contained knowledge considered far too powerful, too dangerous for the ordinary world. And so for nearly 2,000 years the message remained sealed, locked away in its desert tomb until its stunning rediscovery in the 20th century. But even after their discovery, a profound mystery lingers. Why have certain scrolls been kept from the public, locked away in museum vaults and exclusive private collections? What secrets are hidden within their cryptic Aramaic and Hebrew letters, their fragmented prophecies and their brittle pieces of parchment? Tonight we are going on a journey to explore these very questions. We'll travel back in time and to the very caves where these scrolls were found. We will delve into the writings of ancient prophets and confront the question that has captivated seekers for generations. What does this hidden prophecy truly mean? And more importantly, why was it hidden for so long? As we sift through history, ancient scripture, and forgotten legends, one thing becomes crystal clear. The Dead Sea Scrolls are not just relics of a distant past. They are living messages, whispers from the desert, calling out to us across the millennia. They ask us to read between the lines, to seek what is unseen, and to uncover truths that have outlasted the rise and fall of countless empires. Let's start with the discovery itself. Imagine a young Bedouin shepherd in 1947 tossing a rock into a dark cave and hearing the unexpected shatter of pottery. What he found inside would send shockwaves through the worlds of archaeology and religion. He had stumbled upon the first of what would become a massive collection of nearly 1,000 ancient manuscripts. These weren't just any old documents. They included the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible, texts that predated previously known versions by 1,000 years. But alongside these familiar scriptures were other writings, completely unknown to the modern world. These were the so-called sectarian texts, the internal documents of the Qumran community, believed to be the Essenes. These texts describe their unique beliefs, their strict rules, and their apocalyptic view of the world. They were waiting for a final cosmic battle between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. And it's within these sectarian texts that we find the most tantalizing clues about a hidden prophecy. One of the most famous scrolls, known as the War Scroll, describes this future apocalyptic war in vivid detail. It lays out military strategy, specifies the types of weapons to be used, and even outlines the prayers to be recited before battle. It reads less like a spiritual text and more like a detailed military manual for the end of the world. Another scroll, the Copper Scroll, is even more mysterious. Unlike the others, which are written on parchment or papyrus, this one is etched on a thin sheet of copper. And its contents? It's a treasure map. It lists 64 locations where staggering amounts of gold, silver, and other treasures are supposedly buried. For decades, treasure hunters have tried to follow its clues, but the vast majority of this legendary treasure remains unfound. Is this a literal map, or is the treasure something else entirely, a symbolic reference to a hidden spiritual knowledge? This is where the debate truly begins. Many scholars believe that the Essenes saw themselves as the true, righteous remnant of Israel. They had retreated into the desert to preserve a pure form of their faith, away from what they saw as the corruption of the temple in Jerusalem. They believed that history was unfolding according to a divine plan, a plan that had been revealed to their leader, a mysterious figure known only as the teacher of righteousness. This teacher, they believed, had been given the key to unlocking the secret meanings hidden within the scriptures of the ancient prophets. It's this key, this secret interpretation, that forms the core of the hidden prophecy. The text suggests that the Essenes believed they were living in the final days, and that this teacher of righteousness had revealed to them the signs that would precede the end of the age and the coming of two messiahs, one a royal messiah from the line of David, and the other a priestly messiah. This dual messiah concept is unique and has fueled endless speculation. So why would this information be considered dangerous? Why hide it? One theory is that it directly challenged the established religious and political authorities of the time. If the Essenes held the true interpretation of the prophecies, it would undermine the legitimacy of the temple priests in Jerusalem. It could have been seen as revolutionary, even treasonous. Hiding the scrolls was a matter of survival, protecting their community and their sacred knowledge from destruction. But there's another, more profound possibility. Perhaps the prophecy isn't just about ancient politics. What if it contains knowledge of a different kind, a spiritual technology, or a set of truths about the nature of reality and human consciousness that could be misused? Think about it. If you had a blueprint for the future, or a guide to unlocking higher states of awareness, that knowledge would be immensely powerful. In the wrong hands, it could be used to manipulate and control. Maybe the Essenes hid the scrolls not just to protect themselves, but to protect humanity from a truth it wasn't ready for. This brings us back to the present day. Decades after their discovery, the vast majority of the scrolls have been published and are available for anyone to study. And yet, the controversy hasn't gone away. There are still fragments that are difficult to piece together, texts that are so damaged their meaning is lost, and persistent rumors of scrolls that remain in private hands, unseen by public eyes. Is it possible that the most revealing parts of the prophecy are still missing? That the key to the entire puzzle is in a fragment that hasn't been revealed? The allure of this idea is powerful. It suggests that the full story has not yet been told. Perhaps the prophecy is not a single clear prediction of one event. Maybe it's more like a recurring pattern, a cycle that plays out over and over again throughout history. The battle between light and darkness, the coming of a teacher who reveals hidden knowledge, the retreat of a righteous few to preserve the truth. These are themes we see again and again in different cultures and different eras. It's possible the Dead Sea Scrolls are not just talking about events 2,000 years ago, but are describing a fundamental dynamic of human history. In that sense, the prophecy is still speaking today. It's not in the headlines, but in the subtle currents of our world, shaping events quietly in the shadows, waiting for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. It's a call to look beyond the surface, to question the official narratives, and to seek a deeper truth. And this leads us to the final, most confronting question. If this prophecy reveals secrets that the Essenes believed were too powerful for ordinary people, are we truly ready to see them now? What would we do with that knowledge? Would it unite us, or would it tear us apart? The scrolls are a mirror, reflecting our own readiness to confront the deepest mysteries of our existence. They are whispers from the desert, and they are still waiting for an answer. The secret may not be buried in the sand anymore, but perhaps it's now buried within us, waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and if you're fascinated by the hidden stories of our past, make sure to subscribe for more journeys into the unknown.